Imagine waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and not recognizing the person staring back at you. Your face looks tired, your belly is bigger than it used to be, your shoulders look softer, your arms look smaller, your knees hurt when you stand. Your back feels stiff before the day even begins. You walk up one flight of stairs and your breathing changes. You sit down after dinner and feel heavy, sleepy, and older than your real age. And the most painful part is not just the body, it is the feeling. The quiet feeling that you are losing yourself. The man who used to move with confidence is not moving like that anymore. The woman who used to feel strong now feels careful with every step. The person who used to make plans now says, "Let me see how I feel." And slowly, without realizing it, your world becomes smaller. You stop going places because walking feels harder. You stop wearing certain clothes because they remind you of the body you lost. You stop taking pictures because you do not want to see the change. You stop playing with your children or grandchildren because you are afraid of getting tired. You stop trying because you believe the lie that says, after 50, this is just how life goes. But I want you to hear me clearly. That is not always aging. Sometimes that is neglect. Sometimes that is lost muscle. Sometimes that is poor sleep. Sometimes that is uncontrolled blood sugar. Sometimes that is low activity. Sometimes that is stress. Sometimes that is hormone change. Sometimes that is food sending the wrong signals every single day. And sometimes the body is not finished. Sometimes the body is simply waiting for a better command. I am Dr. Adrian, and today I want to tell you a story that may change the way you see aging. This is not a story about a 25-year-old athlete. This is not a story about someone who is already fit, already disciplined, already perfect. This is a story about a man who looked at his body later in life and realized he had a choice. He could keep declining quietly, or he could fight for his future. There is a well-known transformation story of Dr. Jeffrey Life. At an age when many people begin to accept weakness, he was facing the same problems millions of older adults face. His body was heavier, his energy was lower, his joints hurt, his breathing was not what it used to be, his strength had faded, his confidence had dropped, and inside, he knew the truth. If he continued living the same way, the next 10 years would not make him stronger, they would make him weaker. That moment matters, because every transformation begins with one honest moment. Not motivation, not a new gym membership, not a supplement, not a miracle, one honest moment. The moment a person says, "I cannot keep living like this." For Dr. Life, that moment became a turning point. He changed his diet. He stopped eating like his body could handle anything forever. He removed the foods that were pushing him toward fat gain, low energy, blood sugar problems, and inflammation. He started training, he built muscle, he lost fat. He used medical evaluation to understand what was happening inside his body. And slowly, the man who looked finished began to rebuild. Not in 1 week, not in 1 month, but through repeated decisions. Meal after meal, workout after workout, day after day. That is why his story matters. Not because every person needs to look like him. Not because every person should follow his exact plan. Not because transformation after 50 means becoming a bodybuilder. His story matters because it destroys the excuse. The excuse that says, it is too late. The excuse that says, I am too old. The excuse that says, my body cannot change anymore. Your body after 50 is different, yes. But different does not mean dead. Different does not mean hopeless. Different does not mean finished. Your body still listens. It listens to protein. It listens to strength training. It listens to walking. It listens to sleep. It listens to stress. It listens to blood sugar. It listens to blood pressure. It listens to your medical checkups. It listens to consistency. The problem is that most people send their body the wrong signals every day, then blame age for the result. They sit all day and blame age. They eat sugar every morning and blame age. They never lift anything heavy and blame age. They sleep 5 hours and blame age. They ignore blood pressure and blame age. They drink alcohol every night and blame age. They avoid doctors and blame age. But age is not the only thing speaking to your body. Your habits are speaking louder. So today, I am going to give you the 7 rules to rebuild your body after 50. These are not extreme rules. They are not miracle rules. They are not fake anti-aging secrets. They are the rules that help your body receive a better signal. And stay with me until the end, because rule number 1 is the rule almost everyone skips. They try diet, they try workouts, they try motivation, they try supplements, but they skip the rule that tells them what is really happening inside their body. And when they skip that rule, they fight the wrong enemy. Let us begin with rule number 7. Stop calling neglect aging. This rule may hurt a little, but it can also free you. Because many people after 50 have confused aging with neglect. Aging is real, your body changes. Recovery can become slower. Muscle loss becomes more likely. Hormones shift. Joints may become stiffer. Your metabolism may not feel the same. But neglect makes all of that worse. Aging is the passing of time. Neglect is what happens when you stop giving your body what it needs. When you stop moving, your muscles shrink. When you stop challenging your balance declines. When you stop sleeping properly, your recovery breaks down. When you stop eating protein, your muscles have fewer building blocks. When you stop checking your blood pressure, silent damage can build. When you stop caring, the decline accelerates. And the tragedy is this: many people do not give up all at once. They give up quietly. First, they stop walking as much. Then they stop climbing stairs. Then they stop lifting. Then they stop wearing fitted clothes. Then they stop looking in the mirror. Then they stop believing change is possible. By the time they say, "I am just old," the real problem has been building for years. So the first transformation is not physical. It is mental. You must stop speaking defeat over your body. Do not say, "I am too old to start." Say, "I am old enough to know this matters." Do not say, "My best years are gone." Say, "My next years depend on what I do now." Do not say, "I cannot change." Say, "I can begin smaller than I used to, but I can still begin." That is the mindset shift. You do not need to pretend you are 20. You need to stop acting like you are finished. Now, if you have medical problems, pain, arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, balance problems, or recent surgery, you need guidance. But guidance is not surrender. You can train safely, you can walk safely, you can modify exercises, you can start with physical therapy, you can use machines, you can train seated, you can begin with 5 minutes. The goal is not ego, the goal is rebuilding. Rule number 6, fix the food signals that are aging your body faster. Most people do not need a perfect diet. They need to stop repeating the same food mistakes every day. Because food is not just fuel, food is information. Every meal sends a message. Sugar tells your body one thing, protein tells your body another. Processed food tells your body one thing, fiber tells your body another, alcohol tells your body one thing, water tells your body another. After 50, your body becomes less forgiving of poor signals. A sugary breakfast may hit harder. A salty dinner may raise blood pressure more. Alcohol may affect sleep more. Late-night eating may disturb recovery more. Processed food may increase cravings more. Low protein may accelerate muscle loss more. So if you want to rebuild, start by removing the obvious damage. Sugary drinks, sweet coffee, white flour snacks, ultra-processed foods, fast food, fried foods, processed meats, heavy alcohol, late-night desserts, mindless snacking. These foods do not just add calories, they create a pattern. Blood sugar goes up, insulin rises, energy crashes, cravings increase, belly fat grows, sleep worsens, inflammation rises, motivation drops. And then people say, "My metabolism is broken." But sometimes the metabolism is not broken. Sometimes the meals are chaotic. The first meal of the day is especially important, because breakfast can either stabilize your day or start the crash cycle. If your breakfast is sweet coffee, bread, biscuits, cereal, juice, or pastry, you may be starting the day with a blood sugar roller coaster. You feel good for a short time, then your energy drops, then you need more caffeine, then you crave something sweet, then the cycle continues. A better breakfast after 50 should include protein. It should include fiber. It should keep you steady. It should not make you sleepy 2 hours later. This could be eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries if dairy fits your body, oatmeal with protein if your blood sugar handles it, fish or lean protein with vegetables. A simple balanced meal that does not attack your energy. Now, I want to be realistic. You do not need to eat like a fitness model. You need a food system you can repeat. A food system means you know your breakfast, you know your lunch, you know your dinner options, you know your snacks, you know what to buy, you know what to avoid when you are tired, you know what to eat when you are busy. Because when you do not plan, hunger makes the plan for you. And hunger usually chooses fast, salty, sweet, and processed. Rule number 5, build muscle like your independence depends on it. Because after 50, it does. Muscle is not just about looking good. Muscle is your physical bank account. Every year you do not train, you may be making withdrawals. At first, you do not notice. Then one day, standing from a chair feels harder. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Stairs feel steeper. Your balance feels less certain. Your back hurts more. Your knees complain more. Your waist grows while your arms shrink. This is how muscle loss steals independence. Quietly, muscle helps control blood sugar. Muscle supports joints. Muscle protects bones. Muscle improves balance. Muscle helps burn energy. Muscle helps you recover from illness. Muscle helps you stay alive and capable. That is why strength training after 50 is not vanity. It is protection. Now, I know some people hear strength training and get scared. They imagine heavy barbells, young people shouting in gyms, complicated machines, pain, injury, embarrassment. But strength training does not have to start that way. It can start with a chair, sit down, stand up. That is a squat pattern. It can start with a wall, hands on the wall, push your body away. That is a push pattern. It can start with a resistance band. Pull the band toward your body. That is a pull pattern. It can start with light dumbbells. It can start with machines. It can start with body weight. It can start at home. The key is that your muscles must be challenged, not destroyed, challenged. A muscle that is never challenged receives the message, you are not needed. A muscle that is challenged safely receives the message, stay, grow, protect this body. Now, here is one of the biggest mistakes older adults make. They only walk. Walking is excellent. Walking is medicine. Walking helps the heart, blood sugar, mood, and circulation. But walking alone may not be enough to rebuild lost muscle. You need resistance. You need strength work. Even 2 days per week can change your direction when done consistently. Start with basic movements, chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band rows, glute bridges, step-ups, light carries, gentle core exercises. Do them safely, do them slowly, control the movement, breathe, rest, repeat. Over time, add a little more. That is how the body rebuilds, not through punishment, through progressive challenge. Rule number 4, train your heart before life starts feeling smaller. Many people do not realize how much their world has shrunk until cardio fitness declines. They stop walking far, they avoid stairs, they avoid travel, they avoid hills, they avoid long shopping trips, they avoid playing outside, they avoid anything that might make them breathe hard. And slowly, life becomes smaller. Cardio is not just about burning calories. Cardio is about freedom. The freedom to walk without fear, the freedom to climb stairs, the freedom to travel, the freedom to keep up with people you love, the freedom to live without feeling trapped in a tired body. Now, cardio does not mean running until you suffer. It can be brisk walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, water aerobics, hiking, marching in place, using an elliptical, walking after meals. The best cardio is the one you can repeat. If you are inactive, start small. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do not mock small beginnings. Small beginnings save lives because they create momentum. A person who walks 10 minutes every day is already sending a different signal than a person waiting for the perfect gym plan. And walking after meals can be especially helpful for many people because it may support better blood sugar control. After 50, blood sugar matters because blood sugar affects energy, belly fat, heart health, kidney health, nerve health, and long-term aging. So do not just think of walking as exercise. Think of it as a message to your metabolism, a message that says, use this energy, do not store all of it. Rule number 3, sleep like your transformation depends on it, because it does. A tired body does not rebuild well. Poor sleep affects hunger. It affects cravings. It affects testosterone and other hormones. It affects blood sugar. It affects blood pressure. It affects mood. It affects memory. It affects pain. It affects recovery. It affects discipline. Many people think they lack willpower, but they are actually sleep deprived. When you sleep poorly, your brain wants quick energy, sugar, caffeine, snacks, comfort food. When you sleep poorly, exercise feels harder, stress feels heavier, pain feels louder, and your body has less time to repair. So if you are over 50 and trying to rebuild your body, sleep is not optional. It is part of the program. Start with simple rules. Go to bed at a consistent time, wake up at a consistent time, get morning light, limit screens before bed, keep caffeine earlier in the day, avoid heavy late meals. Be careful with alcohol because alcohol may make you sleepy but can damage sleep quality. Keep the room cool, dark, and quiet. And please listen carefully. If you snore loudly, wake up choking, wake up with morning headaches, feel sleepy during the day, or have blood pressure that is hard to control, ask your doctor about sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is not just snoring. It can affect oxygen, blood pressure, heart health, energy, and metabolism. Many people try to fix fatigue with coffee and supplements when the real problem is that they stop breathing properly during sleep. Do not guess. Get checked. Rule number 2. Do not ignore the hidden medical problems. This is where many people get stuck. They try to lose weight. They try to train. They try to eat better. But something still feels off. The fatigue is too strong. The belly fat does not move. The desire is low. The mood is flat. The sleep is poor. The strength is not coming back. And they blame themselves. They say, I have no discipline. But sometimes it is not just discipline. Sometimes there is a medical issue underneath. After 50, you need to know your numbers: blood pressure, A1C, fasting glucose, cholesterol, triglycerides, kidney function, liver function, thyroid function, vitamin D if appropriate, B12 if symptoms or risk factors fit, iron markers if fatigue is unexplained, testosterone in men if symptoms suggest deficiency and a doctor agrees, waist size, weight, medication list, sleep quality. You cannot fix what you refuse to measure. Now, let us talk about hormones carefully. The transformation story of Dr. Jeffrey Life often includes medical evaluation and hormone-related treatment, but this is where people can become reckless. Hormone therapy is not a shortcut. It is not an anti-aging toy. It is not something to buy online. It is not something to start because you feel tired after a bad week. Testosterone therapy, for example, should only be considered when symptoms and properly measured low testosterone levels support the diagnosis, and when a qualified clinician reviews risks, benefits, and monitoring. Low testosterone can be real. It can affect energy, sexual function, mood, muscle, and body composition. But those same symptoms can also come from poor sleep, obesity, diabetes, depression, stress, alcohol, thyroid problems, medication side effects, and lack of exercise. That is why testing matters. Do not self-diagnose. Do not use another man's prescription. Do not buy hormones online. Do not chase youth with unsafe shortcuts. If something feels wrong, investigate properly. That is strength, not weakness. The same is true for supplements. Vitamin D, calcium, multivitamins, probiotics, coenzyme Q10, protein powders, and other supplements may help some people. But supplements are not magic, and more is not always better. Your needs depend on your diet, blood tests, kidney function, liver health, medications, and medical conditions. Before taking a long list of pills, ask what you actually need. The smartest transformation is not built on guessing. It is built on measurement. Rule number 1, consistency beats intensity. This is the rule that decides everything. Most people do not fail because they do too little. They fail because they try to do too much too fast. They get motivated. They train hard for 1 week. They eat perfectly for 5 days. They buy supplements. They watch motivational videos. They punish themselves. Then they get sore, tired, hungry, busy, discouraged, and they quit. Then they say, I knew I could not do it. No, the plan was not built for real life. The body after 50 does not need punishment. It needs repeated signals. A walk repeated. A workout repeated. Protein repeated. Sleep repeated. Medical follow-up repeated. Better food repeated. 1 good day does not rebuild a body. 100 imperfect good days can. That is the secret. You do not need the hardest workout. You need the workout you can repeat. You do not need the strictest diet. You need the food pattern you can live with. You do not need to become obsessed. You need to become consistent. Consistency is what turns a decision into identity. At first you say, I am trying to walk. Then you become a person who walks. At first you say, I am trying to eat better. Then you become a person who prepares meals. At first you say, I am trying to lift weights. Then you become a person who trains. That identity is powerful, because once you become that person, the habits become less of a fight. Now let me give you a 7-day starting plan. Day 1. Take an honest inventory. Measure your waist. Check your weight. Check your blood pressure if you can. Write down what you eat in a normal day. Write down your medications. Write down your sleep time. Write down your energy level from 1 to 10. No shame, just truth. Day 2. Fix breakfast, add protein, remove the biggest sugar source, make the first meal steady. Day 3. Walk for 10 minutes. If 10 is too much, walk 5. If 5 is too much, walk 2. Start where you are. Day 4. Do 1 strength movement. Chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band rows. Pick 1. Do it safely. Day 5. Remove 1 drink that is hurting you. Soda, sweet tea, sweet coffee, alcohol. Replace it with water or unsweetened tea if it fits your health. Day 6. Plan 2 meals for the next 2 days, not 20 meals. 2. Make success easier. Day 7. Review. What felt hard? What felt possible? What time of day do you lose control? What food triggers cravings? What pain needs attention? What improved, even a little? That review is not judgment. It is data. Now here's the 30-day rebuilding plan. Week 1 is awareness. You are not trying to become perfect. You are learning your patterns. What do you eat? How much do you move? How do you sleep? How often do you snack? How often do you drink sugar? How often do you sit for hours? Week 2 is foundation. Protein at meals, if medically appropriate. Walking most days. 2 strength sessions. Earlier bedtime. Less sugar, less processed food. Week 3 is structure. Meal planning, workout schedule, grocery list, sleep routine, blood pressure checks, doctor appointment if you need labs. Week 4 is progression. Walk a little longer. Add a little resistance. Improve 1 meal. Reduce 1 trigger food. Measure your waist again. Measure energy again. Measure strength again. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for direction. Now I want to make this story personal. Imagine a man named David. David is 58. He used to be active. He used to feel strong, but life got busy. Work became stressful. He sat more. He slept less. He ate whatever was easy. He gained weight slowly, not all at once. 5 pounds, then 10, then 20. His knees started hurting. His belly grew. His breathing changed on stairs. At night, he felt tired, but could not sleep well. In the morning, he needed coffee just to feel human. He avoided mirrors. He avoided old friends. He joked about getting old, but deep down, he was scared. One day, his grandson asked him to play outside. David wanted to say yes, but after 10 minutes, he was exhausted. He sat down, pretending he just wanted to rest. But inside, he felt embarrassed. That night, he looked at himself and realized something. He was not just losing weight, he was losing life. So he started small, not dramatic, small. He walked 10 minutes after breakfast. He replaced sweet coffee with a lighter version. He added eggs and vegetables instead of bread and jam. He did wall push-ups, he did chair squats, he went to the doctor and checked his blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, thyroid, and kidney function. He asked about his medications. He stopped guessing. The first week, nothing dramatic happened. The second week, he felt a little less heavy. The third week, stairs felt slightly easier. After 6 weeks, his waist was smaller. After 3 months, people noticed. After 6 months, he could play longer with his grandson. And one day, he looked in the mirror and did not see a perfect body. He saw something better, a man who came back. That is what this is about, not perfection. Coming back. Now, I want to speak to the person watching who feels embarrassed to start. Maybe you think people will laugh at you in the gym. Maybe you think your family will not support you. Maybe you think you have failed too many times. Maybe you think your body is too far gone. Listen to me. The first step does not need an audience. Walk when nobody is watching. Train at home. Prepare one meal. Call your doctor. Go to bed earlier. You do not need applause. You need momentum. And once momentum begins, confidence follows. Confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Now, let us talk about the biggest mistakes that ruin transformation after 50. Mistake number 1, training too hard too soon. Your ego remembers who you used to be. Your joints remember who you are right now. Respect both. Start gently. Progress slowly. Mistake number 2, eating too little. Crash diets can reduce muscle, energy, and mood. You are not trying to starve. You are trying to rebuild. Mistake number 3, ignoring protein. If medically appropriate, protein helps preserve and build muscle, especially when combined with resistance training. Mistake number 4, ignoring pain. Muscle effort is normal. Sharp pain, chest pain, severe dizziness, unusual breathlessness, or worsening joint pain should be evaluated. Mistake number 5, chasing supplements before fixing habits. Supplements cannot replace sleep, training, food, and medical care. Mistake number 6, doing it alone when help is needed. A doctor, dietitian, physical therapist, coach, or training partner can change everything. You do not get extra points for suffering alone. Now let us build the Dr. Adrian transformation formula. First, remove the obvious damage: sugar drinks, ultra-processed snacks, heavy alcohol, late-night overeating, constant sitting, poor sleep. Second, feed muscle. Protein if medically appropriate, vegetables, fiber, whole foods, controlled portions. Third, train muscle. 2 to 3 days per week, safe resistance, progress gradually. Fourth, train the heart. Walk, swim, cycle, dance, or move in a way you can repeat. Fifth, protect sleep, because recovery is where the body rebuilds. Sixth, check the hidden numbers: blood pressure, A1C, cholesterol, kidneys, thyroid, hormones if symptoms fit. Seventh, stay consistent long enough for your body to believe you. That final line matters. Stay consistent long enough for your body to believe you, because your body has heard promises before. I will start Monday. This time I am serious. After the holidays. After this busy week. One day. Your body does not believe words. It believes repeated action. Now imagine 2 futures. In the first future, you do nothing. You keep saying you will start later. Later becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. The belly grows. The legs weaken. The breathing worsens. The confidence fades. The doctor adds another medication. Your world becomes smaller. In the second future, you start today. Not perfectly, just honestly. You walk. You eat better. You train twice a week. You sleep earlier. You check your numbers. You ask for help. 6 months from now, you are not perfect. But you are different. You move better. You breathe better. You stand taller. You feel proud. You start recognizing yourself again. That is the future worth fighting for. Now, before I close, I want you to remember something. Your transformation does not have to look like Dr. Jeffrey Life's transformation. You do not need to compete. You do not need to look like a fitness model. You do not need to become extreme. Your transformation may be walking without pain, climbing stairs without fear, losing belly fat, sleeping better, reducing blood pressure, controlling blood sugar, building enough strength to carry groceries, having energy for your family, feeling confident in your body again. That counts. That is victory. Do not let someone else's dramatic result make you feel small. Let it make you ask, what is still possible for me? Because something is still possible. Maybe more than you think. Your body after 50 is not asking for perfection. It is asking for better signals, better food, better movement, better sleep, better testing, better consistency, better self-respect. You cannot change the years that passed, but you can change the next decision, the next meal, the next walk, the next workout, the next bedtime, the next doctor appointment, the next promise you keep. That is where rebuilding begins. If this video inspired you, share it with someone over 50 who thinks it is too late for them. They may not need another lecture. They may need a story. They may need proof that change is still possible. They may need one voice saying, "You are not finished." This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not personal medical advice and does not replace your doctor, dietitian, physical therapist, endocrinologist, cardiologist, or healthcare team. Always speak with a qualified healthcare professional before starting a new exercise program, changing medications, starting hormone therapy, using supplements, or making major diet changes, especially if you have heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney disease, arthritis, osteoporosis, balance problems, recent surgery, chest pain, severe shortness of breath, or any chronic medical condition. I am Dr. Adrian. Take care of your body. Protect your strength. Protect your future. And remember this, it is never too late to rebuild, but it is always too early to give up.